Sydney's home of sport, SEN 1170 AM. Now, Tim Tszyu faces off against undefeated IBF super welterweight champ Bakram Mutazalev with all the action live on Main Event, available on KO Sports Sunday.
Yeah, this Russian opponent with a 22-0 record, but boy, he can talk. I'd like Tim to put him in his place, to be quite honest. I think all of Australia will. And it may be, as we cross to Tim over in Orlando, it may be that all our interviews with Tim in the foreseeable future will be in the US. Tim, welcome to Breakfast with Vossy and Brandy.
Yeah, nice to be with you guys.
Yeah, Tim, first and foremost, is that the plan that, all being well, that you will now base yourself in the USA?
Yeah, funny thing is I've been sort of starting to look at houses and cars and basing my life here because, yeah, there's so much opportunity here to take. So sort of become an American now.
I can hear the accent.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I'm not. I'm always Aussie.
What's with you, Tim? What's with you?
I'm always with my kilometers. I'm always with my kilometers and meters, and I'm not sticking to that other system.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Tim, tell us about the Russian.
The Russian, tough, not very likable in my opinion, but could be because he's my opponent right now. But yeah, whatever. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on him.
He has said a lot. He sort of said that people have been scared of him, but you speak to others, he's been dodging. Where do you stand on that, Tim? Is he talking crap?
Yes, he's a bullshitter. I've never ducked him. I've always wanted him, and yeah, he's making stuff up.
And how are you feeling, mate? How's the body? How's the mind? How's training been?
Look, I've been here in America for the last 14 weeks, so everything's quite smooth. Body's in a good place, mind is in a good place. I haven't even thought about the fight, in all honesty. Just looking at myself daily and making adjustments and trying to get better each day.
Tim, we do need to talk about it. This is the first time we've ever spoken to you after a defeat, that your next fight, your most recent fight, was a defeat. The mental bit about that, did you move on quickly from the fact that you had lost a bout for the first time in your career? Is that something you can do quickly, or did you have to do total review? Well, tell us about it.
There was a bit of a revision. I'm luckily, when I came out of that fight, I didn't feel like a loser. You know, like a lot of fighters, they finish the fight, but they lose the fight. But I didn't feel it. I felt like I was still red hot for some reason, and that's what allowed me to just move on real quick. At the end of the day, I did lose by 1 point, split decision, by one judge, in a bloody battle that could have affected me, but yeah, it was sort of I didn't take it. Like nothing really changed in my life.
And did the blood make the loss seem worse? I get. And did it take long physically to get over that fight?
No, physically it took like a couple months for a cut like that to heal. So I was sort of already training and stuff like that. I just wasn't allowed to do contact sparring just straight away. But yeah, physically I felt all right. You know, like I broke the guy's nose, so he was out for a bit. But I had a bit of a cut that I had to heal. I could still do all my daily stuff, and nothing really affected me.
Tim, it's always said you come on our show, texts come in from our listeners, so if you don't mind, I'll throw some at you. Tim, another old Newington boy, the Hammer. Yeah. That's correct. Newington College in Sydney, proudly former home for you.
Yes, it is.
Gee, okay. Now, next one. Here's a question maybe you've never been asked. If you got to fight your dad at his peak and you're at your peak, who wins? What a question to be asked. Have you been asked that before?
Oh, look, my dad was a 140-pounder, so he's a couple weights below me, so I don't want to hurt the the younger boys and the smaller boys.
Good answer. Very good answer. Oh, no, much respect for Kostya, of course. And the family story is incredible. But yes, but it's a good question.
It is a good question.
He wouldn't back down. I don't think your dad would back down, mind you.
I've never been asked that, actually. That's a good question. I've never been asked that.
And even though you're bigger and a little bit heavier, I don't think Costa would say no if challenged. Now,
very true.
Yeah, Timmy, was there, in terms of retrospect and looking back at that fight against Fundora, if you had to cut the same, and did you talk to your team about the decision to continue to fight, or would things be done a little bit differently?
No, not really. We sort of all just moved on, and everyone sort of put their hand up, and everyone took accountability of their own actions, and I did myself, and that was the main thing. But on that given night, I was ready to die. I was ready to leave it all in the ring. So it was a different mentality coming out of that fight.
Yep. Tim, we've been talking diets this morning on a different level to yours, but we know about your brother comes up with some interesting things around his. Now, your diet, week of the fight, do you care to pull back the curtain on that? What you're eating, what you're consuming?
Yeah, so diet for me would be like low carbohydrate, actually like nearly none at all. And we go fattier meats, fattier protein. Now we've sort of cut out fiber, so no salads at all. So it's just like lean, fattier proteins with some fats in the diet. And then tomorrow we cut out salt. That's not fun. When you cut out salt, that's when start to get a little bit pissy off with things.
Bit angry.
We've all got our problems, Tim. We've all got our dietary problems. You've got yours, but at the end of it is quite a carrot at the end of the rainbow, as Benny Elias would say for you. It is incredible what's ahead of you. You get through Sunday, Tim, and I think it's going to be a long time before we see you back here. Those who don't know about you certainly will know about you after Sunday morning, mate. If you can be as laid back as you are now on fight day, I reckon you're going to get the job done. Tim, all the very best from everyone here listening through SEN.
Get him.
Go get him.
No, I appreciate that, man. Thank you to Australia, first of all, man. The support means the world to me. I'm very blessed. So thank you, guys.
And don't pick up that accent. Keep
good on
yours.
You, Tim.
Yours is good.
Aussie.
Good on you, Tim. That's it. Look, and it's still at an age. Great stuff. Tim Tszyu,